And we're going live. We are live. We are live. Oh, bright light. Oh, bright light, a bit too bright. There we go. That's a bit better. Is there anybody out there? For people. There is 4 people. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Sun Scratcher Bry. Tony, sup, brother? Excuse me while I just have a little slurp of my iron brew. Oh. Well, this is just a quick live stream tonight. I've nothing in particular to say to anybody, so if you've got a question, ask away. And if you don't, then what's the weather like where you are? It's pretty cold here at the moment, so yes, I'm back, Barry. Got the PC delivered today, so we're streaming again. Hello, Tracy. Excuse me, my desk's rather dusty and rather messy since the last time I used it. So, yeah, if anybody's got a question that's not been asked before, then we'll certainly try to answer it. Tracy, that last video of the 6pence and the 8 pints, that was actually filmed in the summer, about 3 months ago, and yeah, I think I've just about got over the hangover now. So, good evening, Helen. Yeah, it was a fun afternoon. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure if I had 8 or 9 pints that afternoon. So, Sun Scratcher By what says, what do I reckon to Scarborough when you went there? Did you detect on the beach, mate? I didn't detect, no. I was there with my wife. We were having a little holiday break together. The first one that we've had alone for many, many years. So I didn't take the detector with me. We are going again. We're going down to see our family in Leeds in November, and then we're having a couple of days again in Scarborough. We're taking our daughter with us this time. So I think I might throw the detector in the boot of the car and maybe give it a shot this time. So yeah. Cynthia's asking me what's upcoming. I don't know. I tend to decide on the day what I'm going to do, whether it be detecting or a bit of beachcombing or wandering up through the hills. But I think we might see if we can get some beachcombing in over this next week. Maybe get a couple of hours down on the beach. So stay tuned for that. Steve, good evening, Steve. Yeah, good question. What is up with that fella? I have no idea what's going on with him, to be perfectly honest with you. And yeah, it is what it is. He seems to think that it's okay to abuse people and claims that it's pub banter when it's quite clearly not pub banter. It's and we're not in a pub either. It's very, very public accusations, but there you go. Some people don't know any better. Let's leave it at that. Yes, Tracy, I am over it. 6pence. Well, I had to do something to make up for that pathetic session. So yeah. Sun Scratcher Bry, you live in Scarborough, do you? keep your eye out for me. I'll have the Viking with me. And yeah, don't tap me on the if you see me detecting, don't just walk up behind me and tap me on the shoulder, because you'll scare me to death. Sprays, yes, thank you. I am very good, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Megs, good evening to you. Megs, you're in Australia? Am I correct? I keep forgetting. I'm terrible for remembering where people are from. So, and if you see my eyes keep flitting over to the side here, it's because I've got my list of questions are popping up down the side there. So I just keep flicking across, and yay! I got you right this time. Like I say, Steve, I can't. I'm certainly not going to tell anyone what to do. And I would suggest that you don't troll anybody on YouTube. But like I say, you know, I can't tell people what to say and who to say it to. Everybody's got the rights to their own opinions. Like I say, I would tend to prefer if somebody was going to say something to somebody that they say kept it civil, because there's no need to stoop to other people's levels. So. Tony's got himself a GP pointer. Handy little piece of kit, Tony. I just changed the battery on mine there a couple of days ago. I was out on the field. I was out on my farm permission. Got a couple of nice finds actually, but like I say, I've only just got the PC back, so I've yet to edit that video and upload it. The next video that's coming up is going to be beach detecting 101. So lots of beach detecting hints and tips. So. Stay tuned for that one as well. Yeah, I know, Steve. There's not a lot you can do sometimes. It's just that I don't want to say to anybody to go and do something, because that would be wrong of me in the first place. It would be a little bit unfair, and I would probably get into a lot of trouble for. There's a thing that they have on YouTube that some people do, and it's where they send their viewers to another channel to downvote it or to leave terrible comments, that kind of thing. It's called brigading, and if you're caught doing that, then you get into a lot of trouble. So yeah, and like I say, I like to keep things civil if I can. So yeah. Digging Buddy, no, it's not that heavy. It's just another YouTuber. I'll let somebody else fill you in. I'm not going to go into it in depth on the stream, because I don't think he deserves that much time dedicating to him. But there you go. Yeah, Steve, it can be quite common amongst certain YouTubers who tend to get a bee in the bonnet. They like to use their subscribers to, and it's a funny thing really with subscribers. Again, I've always said that I would, I can't stop people saying what they want to say to other people on YouTube, but I would certainly wouldn't tell people I wouldn't want people to try and defend me in any way or berate someone for something that they've said to me. I made that video because it was literally just to show what that individual is capable of, and yeah, it would seem that he's really not that intelligent, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, Megs, no munchies tonight. No, I haven't any munchies tonight. Actually, I've just had my dinner. I had lasagna and some garlic bread for my lunch. So yeah. Sprays VDI numbers on machines. Do you think they make you lazy as opposed to no VDI? Went out with my old laser Trident the other day, all on earphones, dug everything with no VDI. Yeah, I have the Viking and the Golden Mask. Neither of those have a VDI. It's just tones through the headphones, and because I started with the Golden with the Viking detector, and I got used to listening to the tones and recognizing what tones were. Then yeah, I chose my next detector, the Golden Mask One Plus UK, which is again a tone-based metal detector. I have used, I borrowed Simon's XP Deus there. You probably saw it in the Coins Everywhere video. And it's certainly an interesting feature. And I've seen there are one or two Golden Mask machines now that use that. And obviously lots of other machines that use the VDI. Anybody that doesn't know, VDI is visual display. And basically it rings up a number on the display and you get an idea of what the item is in the ground. So yeah, I think they're useful in some situations, and in other situations maybe not so useful. It's, you know, dependent on what you start off using, really, I think. So yeah, Digging Buddy, like I say, you know, I tend to not spend too much time on that kind of thing. So no, Steve, I'm on the Iron Brew tonight, so we're keeping it clean and family friendly, should we say? Space, keep thinking it's Sunday. But Alas has not made me a Sunday lunch. It's Monday stream. Yes, sorry. Yeah, like I say, I only got the PC back today, so I thought I'd just come on and give you a quick half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour maybe. We'll see how we go. Yeah, Steve, you're absolutely right, and what he did to the Man in the Hat was quite appalling, really, considering the Man in the Hat went to his own expense after, you know, he'd asked him to make him a ring, and he went to his own expense and made him the ring and sent him free posters and sent him one of the little coin hats that he makes as well, and to be treated like that so publicly and on a live stream as well is just absolutely appalling. I mean, there's no more you can say about it, really. But he'll learn a lesson, and I think he's hopefully he's about to learn a lesson the hard way. So yeah, so there you go. Megs, is it getting cooler here? Yes, it is. I'm still wearing my shorts, though. I'm still getting as much of the sunshine as I can while it lasts. I had a walk down into Helensburgh today, just a walk down and back, and yes, it was pretty brisk weather out there. So yeah. Big man, hey up. How are you, Simon? Yeah, okay, so we've got somebody that we're just going to need to hide here. He's just completely spamming, obviously. Right, bear with me a second, everybody, while I get rid of this guy. There we go. And now I shall report him as well. Boom. Done. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Right, let me see if I can get back to normal here on the comments. Yeah, Tony, it's not been too bad up here, actually. We've had the odd bits of rain, and but still a fair bit of sunshine, but not that warm with it. It's still a bit cold, so... No, not you. Some bizarre person decided to spam the chat there with some. I don't even know what the messages were, to be perfectly honest with you. But I've deleted them and reported him. And let's see. He's. Oh, hang on a second. Right, sorry, got him hidden there. No, I didn't. I didn't block you, Steve, either. It's somebody that's just spamming the channel here. So, good evening, Mr. Detectorist. Yeah, I must admit, it's. Tony, I don't like going out if it's already raining. I've said this. Don't know if I've said this before. If I go out and I'm caught out in the rain, then I don't mind too much. But when it's pouring down to start with, then no, it's no fun for me. The big man, you never know. You never know. Tracy, a spammer in the works. Good. Cynthia's waiting on the cool weather in Georgia. Is it still hot there in Georgia? Is it, Cynthia? Yeah, digging, buddy. I was saying earlier, I was out on the farm a couple of days ago on the farm permission, and when I managed to get into one of the fields, because they've got all the gates to all the fields open now, so the cows have got free rein to all the fields. So I had to watch my step and where I was going. But yeah, when I did get into the fields, they were very wet and very boggy. But no, still had a nice couple of finds, and hopefully I'll be getting the video edited sometime tomorrow and uploaded, and then we'll get it released soon enough. Tracy Roberts got the first permission. Very good. Don't tell anybody where it is, Tracy. Keep it secret. Ooh, 70 degrees. That would be nice. I do like it when it's hot. Much prefer hot than cold. My daughter's strange. She prefers it cold. She prefers the colder weather to the hot weather. So. I've not a lot else I can tell you anybody. So, Steve, any bottle digging vids soon? I hear there's a railway embankment near Livingston. Oh, do you know? Steve, well, you probably know that I stopped bottle digging when I had that issue, and yeah, I just kind of I lost all interest in it. I lost a love for it. I do have on my farm permission. There's a dump just to the side of the farmhouse, and I asked the farmer if she was happy for me to have a nosy in there. She did look at me a bit strange, and I explained it was to look for bottles and such. So, but she said it was absolutely fine. I could go ahead, but over the summer it's been completely overgrown, and it's absolutely filled with wild garlic as well. And you could barely breathe. The scent of the garlic was that strong. I could barely breathe. So I'm going to wait until the weather changes. Well, till the autumn rolls around and all the greenery dies back, and then I shall certainly now have a nosy in there, see if we can dig something out. So, Steve, I might hold you to that actually. Maybe next year. I bought a tent this year. But maybe next year in summertime, maybe I might see if I can get up that way and maybe camp out for a couple of nights and have a bit of a dig with you boys up there. So that'd be nice. Sprays, you saw a vid the other day of detecting for meteorites with detectors. Yeah, I know some do. A lot of meteorites have a iron content, obviously. So you're gonna find them. I think they're very, very hard things to find, to be perfectly honest with you. Steve, does Hendo know he can put me up, does he? It's got a shed with a heater. Thanks for that. Is that where I think that's where he's got his bottle display, isn't it? Thank you, Megs. Have a good day. I think you're on morning there, aren't you? Yeah, I think you're in morning. So yeah, good luck. Have a good day. Tracy's asking me, do I dig every signal or do I discriminate? When I'm on the beach with the Viking, I can pretty much tell what the signal is. So I'll dig what I know is a coin, and I will avoid what I know is an iron signal. When I'm out on the fields on the farm, again, it's the same sort of thing. The golden mask will give me. There's a few different tones. There's a very distinct tone for coke, which I avoid. There's a very distinct tone for coins, which obviously I dig every time. And then every so often you get like an in-betweeny signal. So I kind of 50-50 with the in-between signals. I'll dig them 50% of the time, and occasionally it'll be something interesting. Most of the time it's a load of rubbish, but excuse me, full of gas is that iron bro, it's giving me wind. Sprays, is that a tat of a deus on your on this arm? No, it's a Japanesey manga lady style. Yeah, Digging Buddy's saying to Tracy, it takes some getting used to, so you might need to dig a lot of stuff for a while. This can be discouraging, but keep at it and you'll get used to your detector. Absolutely right, Digging Buddy. That's exactly what I did when I got my first, when I got the Viking. Literally went out with it and listened, and every time I got a signal, I dug it, and take the trash away with you. That way you don't find it the next time. And as you progress, as you keep going at it day after day, or however many times you can get out, obviously. But each time you do it, then you get better and better at recognizing the signals that you hear, and then you eventually get to a point where you can say, well, you get a beep beep, and that's a coin, and you get a gee, and that'll be a piece of foil or a piece of iron or whatever signal it is you get. But yeah, you've definitely got to stick with it. So. Tracy, you've dug up your garden. That's a common one actually for first timers, is just to jump in the garden, and it's a great way of learning how the machine works as well. So yeah, but yeah, stick with it. It's a bit of a learning curve, but as long as you stick with it and you persevere, then it all pays off eventually. Steve, he dug his garden and found 2p. I found enough 2p's in my lifetime, I'll tell you. I don't mind finding 2p's, to be perfectly honest, as long as they're fresh in, which is usually on the beach. Most of the time they've rusted away to nothing, so it's a bit of pain in the backside, to be perfectly honest with you, because you end up throwing them in the bin. We were all reasonably quick off the draw, I must say, tonight when I went live. It soon filled up. We've got 15 people here. Not the biggest stream and not the biggest group of watchers. Dug Up Dandies, between me and the groundhog, it's a mess, lol. yeah, I can't think of anything else that I can tell you at the moment. Pam's away to with her sister this evening, tonight, and probably tomorrow night as well. So I'm at home all alone, and yeah, I think I might just go down to the pub tomorrow afternoon and have a couple of pints. Yeah, thank you, Steve. On the 4,000 subs as well, what I'm going to do is I'll edit the next video, and I will I will do the recording of the drawing of the winner for the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. So everybody, well, I think probably everybody that's currently here now is probably in on that one. So yeah, I'll get that done tomorrow. Actually, I'll edit the video and I'll do the drawing for the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. And I've not even made up a prize package yet. So what I'll do is I'll maybe make up. I've got loads of coins that I've found off the beach. I'll make a selection of coins, and I'll probably add some of the musket balls, maybe something like that. And we'll see what we've got kicking around. We've got plenty of stuff kicking around as it is anyway. But excuse me. Yeah, we'll make up a prize package, and I will put it into the video of me on the farm there the other day. So yeah, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, 4,000 subscribers. It's amazing how it's come along, and I've loved every second of it, to be perfectly honest with you. YouTube's a great thing. I honestly thought when I started that it wouldn't be particularly interesting to anybody, because when I first started YouTube, I wasn't really particularly going in any direction, and I think a lot of people start that way. And then we moved to Scotland, and well, yeah, when I first started, we were living in Northern Ireland, and then when we moved to Scotland here a few years ago, then I had access to the beach here, and decided that I was watching a few beach combing videos and metal detecting, that kind of thing. So it was a natural progression for me to start recording my beach combing sessions, and I never even spoke on the first videos. If you look back, you'll see that my videos were silent, and then I plucked up courage and decided to start speaking, and yeah, it all went from there really. So yes, Digging Buddy, there's one of my videos. If you look back, I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure somebody will give you the name of it. Oh gosh, what was it now? Look back on the videos, and it says 4K giveaway. I think it says 4K giveaway. I think it's one of my button videos, and it's only recent. It's only within the last few weeks. So, but yeah. So there you go. Yeah, sprays. I tend to collect up a lot of coins and then take them down to the bank and weigh them in. Steve, have I found gold yet? No, not yet. I'm still looking for the elusive first piece of gold. Whether I'm going to find it on the beach or out on the permission, I don't know. It's a matter of time, really. I think the farm permission is 500 acres, and you know, it really is huge area of land. So we've plenty of time yet to find it. So, well, thank you, Cynthia. Like I say, I work at the channel as hard as I can, and I hope it shows in that in the videos that I put out. And again, you know, I keep saying this, but the videos are what they are, and you know, I do my best. And yeah, this is what you get. Yeah, Steve, I used to hate the sound of my voice as well. You know, we used to do it as kids. You would record yourself on the cassette recorder and then listen to it back, and it always sounded odd. But now I've kind of got used to it now. Although I don't watch a lot of my own videos. Obviously, I watch them when I'm editing, but other than that, I don't watch them afterwards usually. So. Tony saying Will Spirit wants him to do his own YouTube, but you don't like the sound. Yeah, Tony, look, give it a try. Make a video. Don't upload it to YouTube. Just sit and watch it and see what you think. But I guarantee you, usually everybody else thinks differently to what you think you sound like. So yeah, it's one of them things you kind of have to get used to it, you know, if you want to give it a shot. Sue Phage, silent movies were they in black and white? No. Tracy, does a gold ring pull count? Well, sometimes it, yeah, you would think it does sometimes. Steve says he's found gold 3 times. You lucky, lucky boy, you. Silver loads and a £2,000 platinum and diamond ring. Well, isn't that nice? It's all right for some, Steve, I'll tell you. Digging Buddy, yeah, if you leave that comment, if you leave the count me in on the video itself, that way the program, I use an online comment picker, and it so you have to leave the comment on there on that video, and the online comment picker will sort through and it'll pick a winner for us. So. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, it's one of those things. You if you want to do YouTube, you have to get used to the sound of your own voice, because if you don't say anything, then nobody takes any real interest in your channel, really. And I think YouTube's one of those things where you have to. Some people can be very fake. If you look at some of the big YouTubers, they can be very, very fake. And I can't understand why they do that, but obviously, you know, they get views and they get subscribers by doing that. But I think with metal detecting, then you have to be yourself, to be perfectly honest with you, because people soon start to realise if you're not being yourself, and I think it does show up when you're on camera as well. So. Sue Phage says she heard a voice and was appalled. Oh dear. Sprays says, what's the most asked question asked by passers-by when in the field? Well, usually I don't get them in the field, but you get them down on the beach, and the most asked question is, have you found anything yet? That's usually and perfectly honest with you, yeah, I mean, everybody asks it, but I like to be able to speak to people. I quite enjoy that, and it might be a case of, well, you know, of half a dozen rusty old 2 pences, or every now and again you might have a pre-decimal coin, and you can say, oh, well, I've got this, you know, George V, George VI, whatever it is, and people seem genuinely interested, you know, and they'll start to ask you questions then, and the other one is what is it? What's your best find as well? They're usually the 2. Have you found anything, and what's the best thing you've ever found? Those are the 2 questions that you get asked all the time. So, we've got some more people commenting on the giveaway video. So, good. Hey, Steve. Sorry, guys. Steve's saying the platinum and diamond ring that he found went back to the owner. That's a great thing. If you can return something to somebody that's lost it, then I think there's just as much value in doing that than as finding a piece of gold and selling it on or whatever, you know. I know, of course, it's a good thing as well to do. Anthony says his first find was a cartwheel penny on a disused golf course. That's an interesting thing to find on a golf course as well. There's one thing I've not found yet is the cartwheel, actually. I think they were only made in was it 1797? I think they were just made for 1 year. I think they were, because they were that big, they didn't bother with them for after that. So. Cloudy Ness says, have I ever had a weird human interaction whilst metal detecting? No. No is the simple answer to that. Sprays says, one of the most comments you get is, "I would love to do that." And my answer is, yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, you only live once. Go out and do it. I think a lot of people think that there's a barrier to metal detecting, and I've said this before. Again, I've said this before as well. Is that some people think that barrier is the cost of starting, really buying a machine, and I know when I first started, people berated or laughed at me for having a Viking metal detector which cost just over £100. But you know what? If it picks up metal, then it doesn't matter how much it costs. You're still finding metal. So go for it. Don't be put off by anybody telling you that you can't do it or that you've not spent enough on a machine, etc., etc. If you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. Yeah, absolutely right, big man. Yeah, I've yet to find a lost item and return it to somebody, but one day, hopefully we can reunite somebody with something that they've lost. Cloudiness says she thinks the groups are quite off-putting, especially as a young woman. I think they can be. It's a very male-dominated hobby, is metal detecting. I don't do club digs or anything like that. I've done one once before with one of the big organisers up here in Scotland, and I didn't enjoy it one bit. It seemed very artificial. There was literally 2 fields that we were on, and there were probably about 40 people, and they all seemed to be dressed the same, and they all had Equinox 800s, and it all just seemed very robotic, and it wasn't for me either. So one thing I will say is if you're planning on starting metal detecting is make sure you've got somewhere to metal detect first of all. So if it's on land, you're going to need permission. But if you by the sea, then usually you can just go straight onto the beach and metal detect away without anybody's permission. So. Gun detecting. How are you, James? Yeah, Anthony. There you go. Anthony found his cartwheel with a £50 metal detector, and that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be anything fancy to get you started. Again, I think a lot of people spend a lot of money to start, and then realise they don't like the hobby, and they end up selling it when you really don't need to start with silly money. If you want to have a go, you can usually find used machines as well for less than £100, and even some new machines for less than that as well. So. Steve, he hates people, so clubs wouldn't interest him. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, James, absolutely right. Like I say, you can start cheap enough, and you can, like James says, you can just work your way up through time. Like I say, I started with the £100 Viking V6, and then not last Christmas or not last birthday, the birthday before, my wife and daughter, they clubbed together and bought me the Golden Mask metal detector. So, which was a step up from the Viking, and that's usually the way most people do it. To be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, a lot of people enjoy the hunt from over YouTube watching the video, and yeah, it's great to be able to provide that that thrill and that excitement and the views that we get sometimes as well. Obviously, not everybody lives in pretty places like Scotland or anywhere else for that matter. Some people live in big cities, and I think channels, hobby channels, can provide a lot of escapism and kind of give you a hobby, but you're kind of there in spirit, as it were. GP 1964. What's the earliest coin you have found? Roman, pre-Roman, Celtic. The earliest coin I've ever found is a 1694 William and Mary Irish halfpenny. But that's my oldest coin. Team Treclip. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm not sweating it, mate. Trust me, I'm not sweating it at all. And he loved the last video. Yeah, I was really unsure as to whether I should release that video, and I just thought, oh, sod it, I might as well. So I released it, and yeah, it seems to have gone down quite well. So. Yeah, again, Simon, I've had quite a few people say to me that they literally can't get out. They're disabled and that kind of thing, and it just allows them to see a bit more of the wider world as well through to our videos. So it's always great to hear that as well. And again, one or two people with health issues, mental health issues as well, that have contacted me and said that they enjoy what I do, and they love to be able to see this part of the world, and in all weathers as well. So yeah, it's always great to be able to give something back, even if it's just a view of a beach or a sunset or a sunrise or that kind of thing. Tracy, you think I should do a video of me metal detecting after 8 pints? Tracy, not a chance. It's a long time since I've drank that much, Tracy, and to be honest with you, I would hope it will be a long time since I ever do that again. GP's asking where most of my subscribers are from. Are they from the UK? I think it's around about a 50-50 between UK and the USA. And then there are a few more in Australia, New Zealand, some other parts of Europe as well. But yeah, I think it's mostly USA and UK. Damn it, that'll be tomorrow afternoon. It won't be tomorrow afternoon. I might have a couple tomorrow afternoon. So I'm drowned. You're right, Simon. I won't drown. I was near drowning on those 8 pints. All right, okay. Didn't know that, Sprays. Sprays there saying a lot of newer machines now have vibrate modes for impaired detectorists, obviously visually or hearing impaired as well. GP in Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis country, isn't it? Big fan of Elvis. I do like Elvis. My dad was a big fan of Elvis, so naturally I acquired the love of his music. Well, we're at 19 people and we're at 45 minutes. And yeah, has anybody else got any questions before I I think I'm about to call it an evening for this little live stream. And now that we've got the PC back, we'll go back to Sunday night live stream. But like I say, I just wanted to get this one in because we missed this Sunday because the PC was away being repaired. Tony, I'm going to put the giveaway into my detecting session video that I did there a couple of days ago. I've yet to edit it, so what I'm going to do is edit tomorrow, and I'll do the draw tomorrow and put it in the video, and then I'll release that video, and it'll be in the title. It'll say 4K giveaway result. Simon. No, we're not going detecting after 8 pints tomorrow. Yeah, you're right, Sprays. Just as the I've on my farm permission, I've a couple of sections of woodland, and they've been impossible over the summer. I mean, it's just totally full of wildflowers and grass, like 4 feet high. So it's been impossible for me to detect. But now that this colder weather's coming, as it starts to die back in the autumn, then yeah, I should be getting back into the woods and having a nosy around there. It's quit a talk. It is a quit talk. Simon, listen, you don't drink the pints like I do. Simon, for everybody that's watching, I drink pints of what they call John Smith's bitter. So it's not like a lager. It's not a fizzy drink. It's almost like it's not Guinness, but it's similar to Guinness. It's like a creamy texture. So I drink that, and after 8 pints, it certainly has an effect. Whereas Simon just sits drinking prosecco because he's like that, you see. Drunken detectorist. Simon could call my bluff all he wants, but I ain't drinking that much ever again. Hey, cheers, Steve. Yeah, hopefully I will. Hopefully one day we will get some gold. Yeah, Simon. Listen, Simon. I'll tell him the truth. If he's not drinking prosecco, then it's a cup of Ovaltine because he's feeling a bit tender. Yeah, Steve. Usually, good things will happen when I've had a few drinks, but 8 pints and it's game over for me. That's very true, Sue. Yes. Team Treklips is asking, do I watch a lot of detectorist vids myself? Not a whole host. I watch one or two, and yeah, I tend to watch. I've a few subscriptions for a few other things, so which are not metal detecting related at all. So yeah, things like restoration videos, that kind of thing. Gaming videos as well. I do a little bit of gaming myself, so I've just tonight been playing PUBG and a new game that I've just downloaded, a Z1 Battle Royale. So I've been playing that tonight just before I came on live. So yeah, I'm quite an old school gamer, PC gamer. So yeah, I used to been playing PC gaming for 20 odd years now. So yeah, Andrew, who's Andrew Camerata, Steve? What does he do? There's a fella in excuse me, in Australia. He's got a channel called Marty's Matchbox Makeovers, and he's one of my favourite channels actually. I can just put his videos on and sit and watch him. He restores Matchbox cars, so and he's very funny with it as well. So. Andrew Camerata's diggers and bulldozers and jet skis and shipping container castle. Right, okay. All right, digging buddy. See you later. Yeah, you're right, James. The hangovers do get too much when you're of a certain age, don't they? Anthony Dawson, have I seen the series that Addicting to Bleeps did on Netflix? I don't have Netflix, Tony. What's the... I'll maybe look it up. Don't worry about it. I'll have a nosy and see if I can find it online somewhere. Check out My Self-Reliance guy. Built his own cabin in the wilds in Canada. I will look it up, Steve. What do they call him? Andrew Camerata. I will look him up. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Marlene. No news on Pam yet. She's waiting for results back from the doctor. So she had the X-rays done, and she had bloods taken as well. And so we're just waiting for all that to come back, and then hopefully it'll be good news, because the doctor was saying the pain that she's experiencing, which is up in her shoulder here, where her cancer was at the top of her lung. That's where the radiotherapy was centered. It kind of she had radiotherapy kind of through her chest because she had a cancer in one of the lymph nodes as well. But what the doctor thinks it is the radiotherapy has like cooked and burnt the cancer, but it burns the nerves around it as well. So they say the cancer's only this big, they cover an area this big, just to make sure that they get everything. And he thinks that it's just the nerves that are now coming back to life after going through the radiotherapy. So hopefully that's all it is. And yeah, thank you for asking, Marlon. It's greatly appreciated. Steve says Red Poppy Ranch. Is that the name of the channel, Steve? Of Grid Homesteaders. Camry car. Anyone here? Why would you ask if anybody has a Toyota Camry? Hello, Tammy. How are you? Sprays. The Gadget Show reviewed detectors around the £200 mark the other day. Sprays. I don't watch TV. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I stream movies and that's it. We usually watch movies every night, so. Yeah, the doctors were saying Pam's cancer was stage 3. So essentially that's where it reaches the lymph nodes. If it gets past the lymph nodes, there's not a lot any doctors can do, to be perfectly honest with you. And we were lucky that that they caught PAMS when they did, and thankfully the treatment, the radiotherapy, worked for us, and I know I can't even begin to imagine how difficult it is for people when it doesn't work. So my heart's with you. Yes. Sorry, my daughter's just come in and asked if I'm live streaming. I said yes. All right, James, see you in a bit, buddy. Tommy, you want to see more of the eyes only mudlarking? Yeah, I was saying earlier in the stream actually that now that the weather's changed, the sea gets a little bit rougher this time of year. So hopefully some new things will have been washed up, and I think maybe I shall look at the tide times for this next week, and maybe head down to the beach and we'll get a session along the beach and see what we can find with our eyes only. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one, for want of a better phrase. So yeah, it's surprising. A lot of people will tend to watch YouTube pretty much all day. Sprays, do you ever go out just to detect without filming, just for yourself? No, I don't actually. I usually the camera's always with me. Obviously, I don't film everything that I dig up, because sometimes, if I'm down in the park with Simon on his permission, then you kind of get like a 50-50. So there's lots of ring pulls and bottle caps and things like that. So you don't film all of those. But no, I kind of got used to having the camera with me, and I like having the camera switched on and recording, and it's all footage that I can use. Maybe not straight away, but I can put into a video. So yeah, it's always handy to have it there, and it's just something I got used to doing now. So it'd be strange not to have the camera with me and not use it as well. I have had complete failures of detecting sessions where it's not even been worth showing you. Multiple times I've been out and found nothing, and it's just not worth showing you because there's nothing to see really. So. Tammy, she was getting some pain back in her shoulder where she had a cancer, but she's had some X-rays and some blood's taken. We're just waiting on results. But like I say, the doctor says the cancer can't grow that fast after being treated and destroyed. It can't come back so quick. So GP says, what about magnet fishing? You haven't seen me do that, GP, actually, no. And I do have somewhere to do it, and maybe one day I will get around to purchasing a magnet and giving it a go. From what I've seen, usually magnet fishing is just it's a load of rusty iron basically, and I don't think it's that interesting really. But each to their own. Some people do find it very interesting. Like I say, I will certainly maybe one day look at buying a detector magnet, and we'll maybe give it a shot and see what happens. So Tim Treklick says, to be honest, I respect my subscribers, but I do what I like. How's that with you? Do you tend to bend towards their wishes? Well, I do try and provide what people are asking me for, yeah. Thankfully, most of the time, it's usually a case of, are we going to see you bottle digging? That's one of the common ones. At the moment is because I've not been bottle digging for probably about a year now, I think. And yeah, so like I say, I'm hoping to start digging for a few bottles over the winter. But no, everything I do, everybody seems happy enough with. So yeah, I mean, I just I go out on when I do go out, I kind of decide on the day what I'm going to do, and I go ahead and do it, and that's that. Ryan Ferguson, Very good, Ryan. Ryan says that parks are illegal to detect in Scotland. Only with a written permission can you detect them. Can you show us your written permission looks like? Ryan, I don't have a written permission, but Simon has a permission. As we experienced the last time we were out, actually, and you'll see in the video there was a gentleman that had questioned Simon on a previous occasion, and he wasn't too impressed that we were metal detecting, and Simon had told him that he had permission to be there, and yeah, I mean, Simon even chats away with the park keepers as well. They're always popping by and asking if he's finding anything, and yeah, it would seem that if we weren't allowed to do it, then they would tell us to leave, but they haven't told us to leave yet, and they always seem quite happy that we're there. So, and a lot of people do come along and will ask us what we're doing, and we certainly say that we're detecting and we've got permission to do it. So yeah. Yeah, Steve, it's one of those things. I think it's down to particular councils as well, and I can understand in some occasions in the past where people have been digging and they've left dirty great holes. I mean, you've only to look at mine and Simon's, when we're down at the park, and I often show my holes that I've been digging once I've filled them back in, and there's nothing to see. If you keep it neat and tidy, then you don't have an issue. The issue is caused usually by people who are night hawking, and they usually cause the problems for everyone. And that's usually why you get councils that say no, you can't detect, is because they've had night hawks come on and dig holes and leave holes everywhere, and obviously they're a danger to people. So Tammy says, wish I could ask about one of your former bottle digger buddies, but I won't. Bring drama to your stream. He has shown his true colours, though. Craziness. So sad, because I used to enjoy his videos. Yeah, Tammy, I'm not going to go into it, but I've said it before, and, it's one of those things. You just get on with it. Gosh, Ryan Ferguson, you're very persistent, aren't you? I must admit. Ryan says, if your wife isn't sick, why are you crowdfunding? Well, she was sick when I was crowdfunding, and I've already said that any extra crowdfunding that we receive into the crowdfunding account would be donated to cancer research. So I hope that answers that question for you, Ryan. Team Trekclip, I just show almost anything that's real life detecting for me, even if it's not much to show, but passion for the hobby. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do the same. That's why I usually get one or two of my subscribers, one or two of the comedians will laugh and say, "Oh my God, not more lead," because I usually find lead when I'm out detecting. So yeah, it's I do I show it as it is. What comes up, and rubbish goes in the rubbish bin, lead goes in the lead bucket to be weighed in, and copper coins go in a jar on my shelf, and I've got a box with musket balls and bullets in, that kind of thing. So yeah, Steve. Yeah, it's strange the number of people that you see digging at night. There's certainly questions to be asked if somebody's digging at night. But there you go. Yeah, Tony, it's one of them things. There's not a lot. If the council says you can't do it, then there's not a lot you can do about it, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, Sprays, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we all pay council tax in the UK, and the council provides for footballers and cyclists and rugby players, and they have parks for children, and they have everything for every other possible hobby. But metal detectorists seem to be totally ignored. The one thing I will say is that I am covered by the NCMD have NCMD, National Council for Metal Detectorists insurance as well. So yeah, it's one of those things. I think it can sometimes help if you've got the insurance cover, but usually councils can be a bit. Once they've had a bad experience, they that's it. They'll just say no to everybody from then on. Yeah, absolutely right, Cynthia. You do have to keep it real. Like I say, I think you boys and girls will be pretty quick to point out, and I would hope you would be pretty quick to point out if you saw me or anybody else planting anything. Then yeah, I would certainly say speak up. I mean. Tammy asks, how much do I get for recycling the lead by the pound? Well, we get it. I get per kilo, so I get £1 a kilo. So I usually wait until I've got about 20 kilos of lead, and then which I usually get through about twice a year. So I usually I cash it in then. Steve, it's a bit of a long way for me to come for a bucket of lead, mate. Tammy, I'm a lead master. Thank you very much. Yes, lead's. Tell you what, Tammy, lead's one of those things that if you don't dig it, you miss things like bag seals, and some of the bag seals can be fascinating, and they can have lots of history and age to them as well. So, and of course, Roman finds as well can be made of lead. So yeah, it's always worthwhile digging lead up, and when you do, having a good close look at it as well, because sometimes it can be patterned as well. And things like lead weights, coin weights they used to have, and trade weights used to be made of lead. So yeah, there's plenty of history in lead. Steve says stones left on the surface ruin the mower blades and cost too much to maintain. I think it's the main reason they don't like giving permission on parks. Yeah, well, again, if people were to tidy up after themselves properly, then I don't think it'd be such an issue. But like I say, I think the main issue tends to be is the nighthawks, unfortunately. Ciao, Team Treklip. Have a good one. Oh, right, okay. Well, I didn't know that, Simon. Simon's saying there, if you don't dig the lead, you miss out on the gold ring, on the gold as they ring up the same. Well, I didn't know that. Lead always sounds like a coin to me. That's why I always dig it. Tony finds a lot of zinc medals. Right, well, boys and girls, that's us just over an hour now. We're an hour and coming up to 10 minutes. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you, because it's 9:45 here now. And yeah. Well, thank you everybody for coming along, and like I say, keep your eyes open for the 4,000 subscriber giveaway video, and I will see you on the next one. Yes, Blaze, Romans did used to write on lead scrolls. Yeah. All right, well, boys and girls, I will thank you, Tony, again. Have a good one, buddy. And yeah, everybody, thank you for coming along, and thank you for your questions. And I will see you on the flip side. Some of you I'll speak to sooner, because I speak to you online. But yeah, I will see you soon. Cheers, Steve. Thank you for that. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Cynthia. And yeah. Bye, Sue. Right, I'm going to go, boys and girls. I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm going to go and play a few more computer games. Cheers, John. Thank you very much. And goodbye.